Hi everyone, it's Andrew from RC, and you are here to have a little look at this, which is my travel module, my overlanding pod, call it what you like, for the MC8. Now, I finished the interior of this, well, kind of finished the interior of it last night, and put a quick video up on Instagram, and it's gone a little bit crazy. So we thought it would be good to do a proper video on YouTube, so you can have a good look around what's going on, and before it's completely finished, obviously it's sealed up, and then you've only got a limited view of it then. So what is it? Well, it is my solution to what inspired me to get an MC8 in the first place. Really were the overlanding rigs that I've seen a lot of on YouTube, and I'm going to put some pictures up now, so they'll be floating around, so you can get an idea of what inspired me in the first place. Where basically on the back of the trucks they have living accommodation of some sort. Some of it looked a bit homemade, some of it looks a bit like a porter cabin or from a building site, and obviously some of it looks amazing with fed-in engines and, you know, great big, like, really fancy luxury accommodation. So the challenge was on when I was planning the MC8 project. How could I build that sort of thing? I saw this, which is, as you can see there, the back end of the Gaz radio truck, and it's available separately. There it is. This is the box. Now, if you've seen the unboxing video we did of the MC8 when it arrived, this was included in it. I bought this as well at the same time. Anyhow, that's enough blathering on. Let me do a quick cut and I will get the lid off. I don't want to take the lid off on camera because it's a bit of a faff. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, back in the room. And here we go. So what have I done to the inside of this command truck? Well, I've taken the basic flooring. I haven't altered that. I put the wheel arches on. They were part of the assembly, so I could have left those off. But I'll come back to those in a minute, why I've put them on. There is a sort of bulkhead thing you build here. This is all built. I could have leveled that off maybe, but I saw this as an opportunity to build a bed on. So the bed is just some plywood, some sheets of ply go to here, balsa I should say, some sheets of balsa glued onto this rectangular assembly. So there's really nothing underneath here. I mean, it's only balsa and, you know, nothing to it really. On top of the balsa I have put some tire foams, which you can see here, just sliced up and cut up an old tire foam. I did have some examples lying around, but I have tied it up for this video, so all my stuff is now put away. I might put a clip at the end of what this bench looked like before I started filming. I hit all these pictures and videos that you see of people's immaculate benches and everything's lined up beautifully. It's like, nah, mine doesn't look like that. So I'll show you that just in case you're feeling you're the only one with a scruffy bench. You aren't. Anyhow, I digress. So yes, these are all tire foams that I've got no purpose for now. So I've cut them up and just put them on there so that the bed didn't look like it was basically balsa wood with a cloth draped over it. Don't know how successful they are, but you know, that's what it is. So there's actually some spongy kind of give on the bed here. Then I bought from eBay. Doll's House suppliers are amazing sources of this kind of stuff. So from a Doll's House maker, it's a handmade. It was like £5. It was not a big deal. Not all of this probably that you see here probably cost me about £20 to buy. About £20 to buy. So I've modified some of it, as I'll come to. But yes, bedding set. Came with 2 scatter cushions, 2 pillows, and the bedspread. So I've just hot glued it all down. It's all hot glued down to the balsa and the foam. This obviously isn't hot glued because it's going to go, the wall's going to be here. And I like it draping over so that you can't see too far underneath it. There is a cut off. I have had to cut this to fit, so I've got some scrag ends lying around. One of the scrag ends, let me point out, let me just zoom in a bit on this. There, so one of the scrag ends is this bit here. This is one of the cut-offs back to front, so the pattern is on the inside, just to represent the sheet. So this would be like the sheet, the mattress sheet underneath, and then you've got the duvet on top. You know, such as it is. Oh, you can also see here a few bits and pieces. I've got my scale 10.2 kit box, always a big Axial fan, so that's always going to be here. I raided my daughter's Barbie doll store for some boots. You know, the usual sort of scale accoutrements, bottles and so on. That's just a strip of balsa wood with a bit of plastic glued on it for a handle, like a pull-out box, storage box. Because obviously in something like this you can have a load of your clothes and that, where you're going to keep it all. So I've thought about a little bit of storage as well. These big items here, the big wooden unit, this secondary unit here, at the back of the rig, where the back door is going to be here, and the box you can see with the TV on it. They are all out of one set, which I can show you, which is this. All right, so it's just a sort of DIY. You buy it as a flat pack, three flat pack sheets, and then you pop the bits out and put them together. And I've then glued them together. I've used a fraction of it. Really, this was all one unit. Oh, you can't see. Let me go back out again. This was all one unit. These two items here, and I've just cut them in half. And because the pod isn't very tall, as you can see, the pod is not really all that tall. So I couldn't put them in at decent height. Some accessory books and bits and bobs. There's a little cushion in here that you can just see there. It's got 4 legs, like a little pull-out stool. TV is glued on, so they've got a big TV. You can lie in the bed and watch TV. This sink unit I bought damaged, so it was cheap. It's got a nice little tap and everything on it. Can you get a bit of a look at the tap on there? There you go, so you can see the tap there. Little sink, it's all very nice. Yeah, so there's just otherwise some like a set of books that came as a set, with a set of kitchen bits and bobs. You can just get a little load of that. Where is it there? Can you see? There you go. So this thing here, I scratch built this. It looks a bit scratch built as well, doesn't it? Just out of 3 bits of balsa, stuck it on the side of the kitchen. I figured you wouldn't have stuff lying around on the kitchen worktop, because it would just get you know, thrown off as the thing moved around. And then of course I went and stuck books and cans of Pepsi and stuff, you know, surreptitiously on the top there. Obviously they'd go for a Burton as well. These would go for a Burton as soon as the truck started moving. So I haven't really followed that theory through, but you know, sue me. So basically, yeah, so we've got the Rice Krispies and Ritz crackers and the usual, obviously travel, great travel accessories to have there. Scatter cushions, so you could sit on there if you wanted to. You know, but that's basically it. So there's nothing, as I say, it's about 20 quid's worth of stuff I've added to this, and a bunch of imagination. It's not the prettiest of jobs, I'll be honest with you, but I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, considering the view of it you're going to get. How have I mounted this on the truck? So last thing before I put the pod on, I'm going to talk about mounting it. I've left the flatbed outside, out in the hole. I'm not going to bring it in. It's too big. I'll knock something over. Now, so what have I done? I have drilled, let's see if you can see, 1 hole there and 1 hole down there. And the location is important because they match up to the doors. So the side door here and the back door at this end. I'm going to be able to get in. I'm going to put a bolt through the flatbed. I've also obviously got marked the same holes on the flatbed. So the flatbed I'm going to bolt through with some spacers and washers and rubber grommets to stop it rattling, and then put a nut. I don't know which way it'll be, whether the nut will be under the flatbed and or the nut will be in here. I don't really know. I'd probably rather do the nut underneath, simply because if I drop the nut or something, it's just going to fall on the floor. If I lose the nut in here when it's built, I'm going to have to start shaking the thing around, and it's just going to be a bit of a shambles. So I think I might, anyway, I'll worry about that off camera. Eh? So let me jump cut, get the lid back on. Should I do it on camera? No, okay, I'll do it on camera. Come on, man up, eh? Let's be brave, because it's literally like a millimetre clearance. So it could be if it's going to break, you're going to get to see it. There's little hooks at the back here, which I'm not really worked out what the hooks are for, but come on, there you go, there you go. Oh, come on, that's it, that's it. There we go, there we go. Right, so I can open the door, and on this side, and just press it up, crunch. Ooh, sound of. Now, as a kit, let me just talk about the kit itself. For this pod thing, it's really good. I mean, it's very simple, goes together, no bother. You know, lots of nice detail, lots of add-on bits to kind of make it all a bit three-dimensional. The window surrounds go in separately. All these boxes at the back or front, whichever way you look at it. Literally, whichever way you look at it. Yeah. It's a really nice build. I'll get the camera off the tripod and we will have a quick look through the doors and see what we can see. Right, so here we are at the side door, which I think is great. There's the window, you've got the little Rice Krispies there, the TV and so on. Well, it'll be easy if I spin this around, won't it? Then move the camera around. And keep a dog and bark yourself. So that's the view into the back door. So there'll be the platform here, the rest of the lower bed. And then you'll see the kitchen area and the shelving around there. Through the other side windows you get a view of the bed. You won't see anything through this window because the back of the truck will be here. The back of the cab, I should say. The front of the truck. It's all very confusing. For now, I will bid you good night and good day, or whatever time zone you're in, and we will catch up soon with this when it should be green. We should have lights, and theoretically it should be getting mounted to the flatbed. That'll be the next instalment. Alright, ta-ra for now.